Well, guess what just arrived? They said it would arrive today, and it's here. Some assembly required, but it's here. All right, welcome back. Another day in the life of the Grimoires. We are out here today. Wood splitter is here. We're excited. It's kind of funny that we get excited about tools at this age or this time in our lives, but it's actually pretty fun to be outside and do stuff outside and get exercise. But anyway, it's a rainy Super Bowl Sunday, so not sure when you'll see this, maybe in a day or so, but we are going to try and just get it open, get it unpackaged, and see how much it is entailed to put it together. Not sure if we will get it all together today because now it's starting to rain again, but we'll just see how it goes. We're just going to have you guys along for the ride, and here we go.
It's not gonna be hard. No, it just came right up. Might just be me pulling that nail.
I don't know if we've really mentioned it, but this is which you'll see here in a minute, the Bravepro 37-ton log splitter. And this is the horizontal, and it'll go flip up to go vertical. This is pretty much the same splitter that we've rented three times?
3 times, I think.
3 times. So
At least.
if you're in the market for something, go rent it a few times. That's kind of what we did, because I had actually looked at 2 or 3 other splitters, and then when I saw we rented this one, I was like, man, this thing does everything we needed to do. You need my screwdriver?
Nope.
All nails? Or
This one's nails. I guess there's some screws in. It's got nails on it.
You can stick it down here somewhere.
Face down. Probably.
Good butt shot. You want to hand me that other thing? Yeah, so now, now that we do have it, so we ordered it the end of November. So if you are trying to order stuff, things are not much better, but we ordered it the end of November, right? And then,
I think so.
and it just got here Friday the 10th, 9th, 10th? And
11.
so it wasn't 11. So it wasn't as bad as they initially, predicted, I guess, but
Wheels. Tires.
whoa.
Might not be as easy as we were thinking. That's heavy. Keep that right now in case we need to cover it. Is it? I don't think we're lifting it out.
tables. That's probably the only thing I don't like about this splitter after renting it a couple times. So I do have a buddy in town, same guy that helped me build my Jeep spare tire. I'm gonna try and get up with him and see if we can't draw up a different table setup, or maybe use the existing holes and kind of expand on it a little bit, make it a little bit better, but we'll go from there.
So it slides or something?
Yeah, well, that's maybe
I mean, that's where this cardboard was. She's got her toy.
Alright, so what else is there? I don't know what that is. Here's all the Honda engine stuff. Oil filter. There's the owner's manual. Good place to start.
Owner's manual / instructions. I hope.
I'm hoping. I don't know if that's that far yet.
If not, we're kind of in trouble.
Yeah, I'm sure it says oil.
And unlatch the hoses yet.
Stop.
What?
Add oil.
Oh.
And here comes the rain.
Here comes the rain.
Alright, well, we'll probably pause it here because it's now starting to rain, and we'll probably look through the directions, and then we'll be back in a little bit. It told us in there to torque this to specs, but I'm going to do an old school wheel bearing. I'm going to seat this nut in there pretty hard, and then I'll back it off probably a half a turn, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Will you hold that, please?
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's super tight. Realistically, what you're doing is you're just setting that bearing. Then we'll go back about a half a turn. That thing looks good. And I'm right in line. Right in line with the cotter pin. Like I said, they did give you a torque spec, but then I'm gonna just do it the old school by feel. Boom. One side. If you lift it up. Oh, there? Yeah. Locks in there. So, and this is technically allowed on the road. Max speed is 45 miles an hour.
The wood, I was like, oh.
Really good. Yeah, max speed is 45 miles an hour, but from experience, it will go a little bit faster.
Mm.
Can't see. Can you see the
Where the cotter pin goes?
yeah.
I got it.
Again, this is just one of those things that after working on enough stuff, you can kind of understand what the bearings and the grease and what everything's doing. So like I said, you want to, if you're not sure about it, make sure you just follow the directions to a T, and then you won't have to worry about it. All right, so that's the base. It should be soft cap somewhere in this bag. This thing won't be a heavy road use, but it probably will see a little bit of road use here and there, because I'm sure somebody's going to want to borrow it at some point, which is fine. So I'm just putting a bunch of grease in these caps, and then I'll just pop them on. That'll have to give it a little extra grease once it's all together. So I need to give a shout out to Hank and Wiley. You guys will be proud. A lot of the directions on this Bravepro, this is their #1 tool. Can't go anywhere without a crescent wrench. But just so happens you have to use some other ones, but I found it rather funny that this is the main tool to put this thing together with all these fittings. So, after a little bit of a struggle, not really, not too bad. Definitely need two people. And like I said, big shout out to Hank and Wiley, Hamiltonville Farms. This is crescent wrench approved for most of this. But yeah, so now it's together. The next video we'll do is we got to put hydraulic fluid in it, put oil in the motor, fuel. That'll be in another video coming up here pretty soon. It's still raining here, so I'm not going to get it outside and do any of that today. So we'll show that when it's not raining and we can get it outside. So if you like what you're watching, comment, subscribe, hit the like button. Thanks a lot.